been commenting on my Facebook profile.
No, I was there because I was telling you to keep him away from me.
No,
So
you've
thank
been
you.
stalking.
Okay, let's get some.
No, you did not.
Did you tell
not? Don't lie. He did not use a condom, Your Honor. He did not.
Your Honor.
No, the answer is no. Don't
Your
let
Honor.
him lie to you. The answer is no. No, N-O, no.
The
He did
night
not.
that-
No.
Imagine dragging your boyfriend to paternity court, only for him to clap back with the wildest accusation ever, that his cousin might actually be your baby's father. That's the chaos Ms. Gray walked into when she brought Mr. Pearson to court over her 10-month-old daughter, Kamiya. She swears he's the dad, but he insists she slept with his cousin, and that's who the real father is. Talk about family drama turned courtroom showdown.
Ms. Gray, you say the defendant, Mr. Pearson, has ripped your family apart because of his denial that he is your 10-month-old daughter Kamiya's dad.
Ms. Gray explains she and Pearson already share 2 children together, but when it comes to Kamiya, he treats her differently, buys things for the older kids, but nothing for the baby. The sting in her voice says it all. She just wants him to love Kamiya the same. Meanwhile, Pearson admits it's true, but defends himself, saying he has serious doubts about being the father.
Mr. Pearson, you claim that not only are you not baby Kamiya's father, but you know that her dad is actually a member of your own family.
Yes,
Is
Your
that right, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And here's the bombshell. Pearson claims his doubts come from one thing. Ms. Gray slept with his cousin. Yes, you heard that right. Ms. Gray admits it too, saying she did it out of revenge because Pearson cheated on her while she was pregnant with their son. Whew! The revenge plot thickens. Judge Lake nearly falls off the bench at this point.
He slept with my cousin, Your Honor.
What?
Exactly what?
How did you find that out?
Being the fact that he was at my house while I was leaving to go to work, and I just left it be. I didn't question it. You know, I thought I could have more trust in my cousin.
But Pearson says it wasn't just once. According to him, the cousin told him it happened multiple times, at different houses, and even while Pearson was at work. Ms. Gray pushes back, denying the multiple part, saying it only happened once and it was purely revenge, not a relationship. The back and forth here is so tense you could slice it with a knife.
Pearson,
You did
you
it
were
more
never
than
told
once.
it happened more than once?
Actually, he the one that told me, and he told me that it happened, and I confronted her about it, and she lied to me, and she lied to me, and she lied to me.
Things heat up when Ms. Gray claps back that Pearson wasn't even working at the time, so his whole at-work story doesn't add up. She insists she was the one supporting the family. Pearson fires back, saying as a man he knows how the game goes. If she did it once, she's done it before. Judge Lake jumps in, calling out the non-stop lying and contradictions from both sides.
In your court papers, when you say you believe a family member is Kamiya's father, you believe that's your cousin?
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, look at it. The baby looks like my cousin.
To make things even messier, the cousin himself appears via video link. And guess what? He admits he did sleep with Miss Gray while she was pregnant. He even says once Kamiya was born, he looked at her and thought, yeah, she might be mine. Can you believe this family feud? Judge Lake is stunned, the audience is gasping, and Pearson looks ready to explode.
Joining us from his hometown, we have the cousin, Mr. Pearson. Thank you for joining us today.
You see the resemblance?
Mr. Pearson, we're here talking about the paternity relating to baby Kamiya.
Ms. Gray insists that's impossible. She claims she was already pregnant before sleeping with the cousin, so there's no way he could be the father. But the cousin isn't backing down. He says she told him herself it could be between you and your cousin. This is not just messy, it's generational soap opera messy.
Did she ever tell you you were Kamiya's father?
Not directly. Basically how she said you get a DNA test basically to prove who the father is.
So she admitted that she's gonna have to have a DNA test?
Yes.
Pearson doubles down, saying if she's lied about how many times it happened, who's to say she isn't lying about the timing too? And honestly, that's a fair point. Judge Lake points out that without a straight answer, it's easy to see why Pearson has doubts. Ms. Gray looks frustrated, throwing up her hands, while Pearson keeps hammering his case.
So in that way, you weren't telling the truth.
Now you see where I get my doubts, Your Honor?
And that's exactly what I was getting to. And I mean, we have to say that there is a level of credibility to this doubt Mr. Pearson is expressing because he hasn't gotten a straight answer.
Never have.
And so
Never
if
will.
Then comes the real kicker. Judge Lake asks Ms. Gray what family means to her, and she breaks down, saying she grew up without her father and doesn't want Kamiya to suffer the same. Her voice shakes as she pleads for Pearson to step up as a dad. For the first time, all final episode, the courtroom goes quiet. Even Pearson looks conflicted.
I want you to talk to me about what your family, having a family, means to you, and why is it important for you?
I just want him to be a part of her life.
Finally, it's time for answers. Jerome brings the envelope, and Judge Lake prepares the room for the big reveal. With everyone holding their breath, she announces, when it comes to 10-month-old Kamiya Pearson, the biological father is Mr. Theodore Pearson. That's right, the cousin. The courtroom erupts. Pearson buries his face in his hands, and Ms. Gray just stares in shock.
Gray versus Pearson, pertaining to whether Mr. Alexander Pearson or Mr. Theodore Pearson is the father of 10-month-old Kamiya Pearson. It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Theodore Pearson.
Can I see my daughter, Your Honor?
The cousin, appearing live, asks to see his daughter, saying he's ready to step up. Judge Lake lays down the law. This baby deserves stability, not revenge games. She warns all three of them that it's time to grow up, because right now, it looks like kids raising kids. The final image, 3 young adults drowning in drama while a baby waits for real love.
To be with my daughter now.
Good. So listen, you all got to figure out how to have real relationships. And that requires a level of maturity that you may not possess, but now that you have all of these children, we got to grow up.
Imagine finding out at 28 years old that the man you always thought was your father might not be. That's exactly what happened to Issa Moffat. She grew up believing Mr. Johnson was her dad, until a Facebook message from a stranger claiming, "I'm your real father," turned her whole world upside down. Now she's in paternity court to end the confusion once and for all. Drama, betrayal, and secrets. This case has it all.
Ms. Moffat, you always believed the defendant was your dad until 2 years ago when you received a message from a man claiming to be your biological father. You are tired of the confusion and are petitioning the court for a paternity test to prove the defendant is your dad. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Issa explains how this Facebook man, Mr. Saunders, didn't just message her, he even sent her baby pictures of herself to prove his claim. Can you imagine scrolling through your DMs and finding your entire identity questioned? The shock on her face says it all. She just wants the truth, not confusion. Judge Lake looks concerned too, reminding everyone how serious this situation is. The audience is already holding their breath at this point.
Mr. Johnson, you say the plaintiff's mother played game and unfortunately have substantial reason to doubt paternity. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
She admits the stranger's persistence left her torn, so she brought those receipts to court. Judge Lake reads aloud the actual message. "Hi, this is Lawrence Saunders. Call me because you as my daughter. Talk about a bombshell sliding into your inbox. Just look at Issa's eyes. Wide, emotional, almost pleading for clarity. The weight of that message is still heavy. This isn't some catfish drama. This is her life and her family."
And so you submitted that message to the court. The message reads, "Hi, this is Lawrence Saunders. Call me because you is my daughter and I've been looking for you."
Issa recalls calling him, and he told her how hurt he was when she said, "You're not my dad." Honestly, you can feel her heartbreak. She doesn't want unnecessary drama. She just wants real answers. Can someone pass the tissues, please? Even Judge Lake softens, clearly seeing the pain in her voice. Imagine the confusion. Growing up sure of who you are, then suddenly doubting everything. That's the kind of twist nobody deserves in life.
What did he say?
He said that it hurt for you to say that, to come out your mouth, but I'm just like, you told me, and I want to find out, you are my father. But after that, then he just...
Then we hear from Mr. Johnson, the man Issa has always believed was her father. He confesses he had doubts all along because Issa's mother was involved with not one, not two, but multiple men during that time. You could cut the tension in that courtroom with a knife. Issa looks stunned, like she's hearing this for the very first time. Mr. Johnson's honesty adds more fuel to this emotional roller coaster. Cue the dramatic eye rolls.
And this phone call out the blue, this message.
Yeah, just like, where'd it come from? Like, all of a sudden, out of 2 or 3 years.
When Issa's mother takes the stand, she spills everything. She admits she fell in love with Mr. Johnson, even though he was married. Their favorite secret spot? Burger King. Y'all, imagine sneaking around at the drive-thru like it's some romantic hideaway. The way she says it so casually leaves Judge Lake speechless for a moment. This isn't just messy, it's legendary messy. Even the audience can't help but react in shock.
What was the nature of your relationship with Mr. Johnson?
Mr. Johnson and I met when I was young. We fell in love and we just was seeing each other, going places. He showed me things that I never saw before, and that made me fall for him, even though I knew he was married.
But wait, she confesses that the very same day she was with Mr. Johnson, she also slept with Mr. Saunders. Yes, the same day. Talk about a double feature nobody ever asked for. Judge Lake's expression says it all. Shocked, bewildered, and just plain tired of the nonsense. Issa covers her face, embarrassed and overwhelmed. This revelation doesn't just raise eyebrows, it raises the stakes of the entire case. The drama keeps escalating here.
Relationship went on strong for like about 2 years, and then I left and went to Mississippi.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
did your family ever find out about this affair with Miss Moffat?
Yes, they did.
Issa's mom explained she told both men they could be the father. When the baby was born, Saunders immediately claimed her, pointing at Issa's eyes as proof. But deep down, Mom believed Johnson was the real dad, because, as she puts it, Issa was their love child. That word alone makes Issa shift in her seat. Love child or complicated child? Either way, Judge Lake is ready to dig deeper into this twisted story.
Ms. Moffat,
Yes, Your Honor.
tell the court what happened when you found out you were pregnant.
I wasn't sure who was the father because I had went out to Maywood to see Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson fires back, saying he didn't even know about the pregnancy until he was shown a baby photo months later. Can you picture it? Someone just drops off a picture and says, "Surprise! You might be a dad." His confusion back then must have been enormous. He admits the shock left him speechless, unsure of what role he was supposed to play. Issa listens carefully, visibly upset by all the uncertainty swirling around her childhood.
Just seeing her eyes, he like, oh, that's my baby. And I'm like saying to myself, I don't think so. But, you know, I led him to believe that it was.
But you believe Mr. Johnson was her biological father.
Yes, because
Growing up, Issa always believed Johnson was her father. Meanwhile, Saunders kept insisting she was his. So Mom played both sides, letting Johnson believe one thing while leading Saunders on with another. Messi doesn't even begin to cover this. Just look at Issa. Her face screams betrayal. Can you imagine finding out your mother was juggling two men's paternity stories for nearly 3 decades? This is family drama of epic proportions.
She came to me with a picture and showed me the picture of Issa. That's how I found out I might be the biological father.
So you gave him a picture?
Yes, Your Honor.
You brought it to him? You sent it to him? How did he get this picture?
Judge Lake cuts to the chase. Why on earth would you tell two men they're the father, but never tell your daughter the truth? The courtroom gasps as Mom admits she hid it for 26 years. Issa looks crushed. It's like decades of secrets crashing down at once. You can practically hear hearts breaking across the courtroom. Judge Lake shakes her head in disbelief, clearly frustrated with the mother's poor decisions. Talk about devastating.
So during Nerissa's childhood, were you told you were the only possible father?
No, Mr. Sanders.
Okay, Mr. Saunders.
When pressed, Mom says she only came clean recently because Issa deserves closure. Issa herself says the secrecy has left her hurt and confused. You can feel the years of emotional weight sitting on her shoulders. She looks like a woman who's been robbed of her peace of mind. Judge Lake leans in, urging honesty, compassion, and finally, transparency. Can anyone else feel their chest tightening watching Issa's reaction? Heartbreaking stuff.
It was just 2 years ago that she was told that there was another possibility. So you knew this all this time?
yes, Your Honor.
But you didn't tell your daughter.
Oh, Your Honor.
Mr. Johnson gets emotional too, recalling how he stepped up when Issa was hospitalized and fighting for her life. He said, "I'll be there from now on." That right there, that's a father's heart speaking, doubts or not. His sincerity fills the courtroom. Even Issa's eyes light up for the first time in the hearing. For a moment, the drama pauses, and the bond between father and daughter shines through the chaos.
Who her biological father is and need closure, so she won't be torn between two fathers, so she can have clarity and just go on.
Meanwhile, Judge Lake points out the obvious. Saunders, the man shouting he's the real father, didn't even show up when Issa was sick. If you truly believed she was your daughter, wouldn't you rush to her bedside? Even Issa's mom can't defend that one. The audience collectively sighs. Saunders' absence speaks volumes. Judge Lake raises her eyebrow, practically asking, "So where were you?" Silence fills the courtroom. Talk about suspicious.
That Nerissa was sick and in the hospital.
Her stepdad, and he told me, he said, "Ron, you need to get to Indiana as soon as possible. We don't know if Rissa's gonna be much around here much more long." So I shot on over
Oh
there.
my goodness.
Yeah,
Issa, through tears, admits she just feels hurt by the whole situation. Hurt that it took 28 years to finally confront the truth. She wipes her eyes, trying to stay composed, but her voice cracks. Honestly, who wouldn't be overwhelmed? Her pain is raw and undeniable, echoing through the courtroom. You can practically feel the tension and sorrow in the air. It's the kind of scene that leaves viewers with heavy hearts.
He had even been persistent enough to send her these messages.
Yes, John.
And then when she's in a coma, he doesn't come?
No, Jan.
Judge Lake makes sure we're clear. Only two men are possibilities, Mr. Johnson and Mr. Saunders. Finally, it's time. Jerome brings out the envelope, holding it like it contains the secrets of the universe. Everyone leans forward, anticipation building to a fever pitch. Issa clasps her hands tightly, praying for closure. Cue the dramatic drum roll. This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Ms. Moffat, as you look at your daughter, how much of a toll this has taken on her emotionally, this secret?
Yes, John, I know it hurts, and I didn't mean for it to hurt her.
Here it is, the DNA reveal we've been waiting for. Judge Lake announces, when it comes to 28-year-old Issa Moffat, Mr. Johnson, you are her father. Issa's tears instantly turn to relief, and the whole courtroom cheers. Johnson's face beams with pride as he finally hears the truth. He promises to step up, determined to make up for lost time. It's an emotional moment filled with joy, healing, and overwhelming relief.
Yes, there are no other men out there that could say, I'm her biological father as well.
No, Jan.
The moment is pure joy. Issa embraces him. Her mother looks relieved, and Judge Lake calls it a second chance for this family. I mean, just look at Issa's face. The mix of heartbreak healed and hope for the future. Nothing beats the truth setting everyone free. Judge Lake's voice softens, reminding them the truth is a gift. For Issa, this is more than closure. It's the start of a brand new chapter.
28-year-old Nerissa Moffat. It has been determined by this court. Mr. Johnson, you are her father.
You know it's about to get chaotic when a couple walks into paternity court already armed with Facebook posts, timeline disputes, and a persistent ex who swears he's the daddy. That's exactly the storm we've got here. Mr. and Mrs. Knowles versus her ex, Mr. Lindsey, who claims baby Tyler Jr. is his. One side says he's delusional. The other says they've got proof. This courtroom is about to pop off.
Mr. and Mrs. Knowles, you previously appeared in court with the defendant for a paternity case involving another child. You're back today because this love triangle has led you to yet another paternity dispute.
Judge Lake immediately sets the stage. This isn't the first rodeo for these three. Yep, they've been here before over another child, and now they're back again, still tangled in the same love triangle mess. Mr. Lindsey insists he's the father and even threatens custody, while the Knowles just want him out of their family picture. Can you feel the tension?
Ms. Knowles, you say you need to prove to Mr. Lindsey that he is not father of your 3-month-old son, Tyler Jr., and believe he's claiming paternity to bust up your happy family. Is that correct?
Your Honor.
All right.
Then comes the pregnancy bombshell. Mrs. Knowles swears her husband was the first to know. He was right in the hospital room when she found out. Sweet husband moment, right? But Lindsey isn't buying it. He says she told him too, through a text that said the child was more than likely his. Whew, imagine getting that text. Messy doesn't even cover it.
Me.
He was in the hospital with
I was in the hospital room.
When I said, who did you tell when you found out you were pregnant, I heard two.
No, I told Mr. Knowles because he was in the room with me.
Now Lindsey claims he has evidence. He whips out school papers and timelines like he's the prosecutor here. His argument? Mrs. Knowles didn't move out of his house until April, way later than she claims. Mrs. Knowles and her husband jump in fast with photos on Facebook proving she was already back home by late March. This is literally receipts versus receipts.
And please describe to the court what it outlines.
She claims that she was back with Mr. Knowles around the 22nd of March when she actually didn't move out of my house until closer to the end of April.
Really?
Mr. Knowles confidently declares the baby is his because Tyler Jr. looks just like him, down to his hairline. Yes, you heard that right, the man is staking paternity on his hairline. But honestly, you gotta respect the confidence. Meanwhile, Lindsey rolls his eyes like he's heard this 1,000 times.
That little boy right there, I know he's mine. Anybody can tell you he's my child.
And why do you know for certain?
Look at him. He's got my eyes, he's got my hair.
Mrs. Knowles finally breaks down the emotional toll. This drama is tearing their family apart. She wants peace, but Lindsey won't let go. Judge Lake asks him point blank why he thinks she changes her story, and Lindsey just shrugs and says, she changes her mind every 2 months. Savage.
Sure don't.
What is going on with you two?
It's a mess.
Just a Yes.
Want to be done with all this drama because my kids don't need it. They're stressing out enough, wondering what's gonna happen with mommy and daddy.
But wait, it gets even juicier. Lindsey says he still gets texts from her, sometimes from random numbers, hinting she's reaching out. Mrs. Knowles nearly jumps out of her chair denying it, saying she blocks him everywhere. This back and forth is exhausting, but you can't look away.
Ms. Knowles sent you the pictures? How did you get the pictures?
Yes, text message.
And what did she say with these pictures?
Judge Lake cuts in with the line of the day. If you look up love triangle in the dictionary, your 3 heads would be next to it. And she's not lying. Between the overlapping relationships, secret texts, and disputed timelines, this is reality TV gold.
You have the baby and you named the baby Tyler.
Yes, Your Honor.
Which when she called me about having the baby, she told me a whole nother name.
Which name did she tell
Didn't
you?
tell me I don't actually remember the exact name she told me, but she did not.
Okay, but
say
that doesn't matter.
Lindsey even claims she once told him a completely different baby name. Mr. Knowles shuts it down, pointing to the birth certificate where his name is locked in. Judge Lake reminds everyone that legal names don't equal biology. The suspense builds, folks.
Lindsey, after Tyler Jr. was born, did you have a chance to see him? Did you hear
I've not seen him in person, no, but I have received pictures.
When pushed on the timeline again, Mrs. Knowles insists the pregnancy test dates make it impossible for Lindsey to be the dad. Lindsey waves it off, insisting she's lying about when she moved out. This is like watching 2 lawyers cross-examine each other without a shred of chill.
That I took, pregnancy tests don't lie. If it was yours, there would have showed up in the beginning of April. It didn't show up until late April when I was already with Mr.
You didn't move out until late April, so that makes more sense.
Finally, Judge Lake has had enough. She forces both sides to agree. If Lindsey's the father, he gets visitation. If not, he must leave this family alone for good. The stakes are crystal clear now. Can someone cue the drum roll already?
Love that baby.
Yes, it is. That's exactly the truth. So before we go to the results, I need you all to agree on 2 things. Number 1, Ms. Knowles, if Mr. Lindsey is the biological father of Tyler Jr.
Here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for. Judge Lake reveals the results. Mr. Knowles is the biological father of Tyler Jr. Mr. Knowles beams with pride, saying he knew it all along. Lindsey is left stone-faced, forced to say congratulations, and Judge Lake shuts it down. You have got to leave them alone. Talk about a mic drop ending.
It has been determined by this court. Biological father is Mr. Knowles.
Imagine this. Ms. Allen storms into paternity court claiming her 6-month-old daughter Layla belongs to Mr. Levant. But here's the twist. He swears up and down that he's not the father, and his girlfriend is right there backing him up. Ms. Allen insists it's all about the girlfriend trying to protect her happy home. Folks, this is going to get messy fast. Grab your popcorn because here we go.
Ms. Allen, you were in court today claiming the defendant, Mr. Levant, is denying your 6-month-old daughter Layla only because he's desperate to try to keep your affair with him a secret.
Ms. Allen wastes no time pointing fingers, accusing Mr. Levant's girlfriend of whispering lies about Layla not looking like him. She swears the baby's complexion means nothing. Light skin or dark skin, that's still your baby. Meanwhile, Mr. Levant sits stone-faced, denying it all. And let's be real, this isn't just drama, this is straight-up daytime TV gold.
And he needs to step up to be a man.
Why do you think he's denying the baby?
Because of his girlfriend, of course. His girlfriend, telling him lies.
Judge Lake digs into the details, asking how this affair even started. Mr. Levant claims it was just one night, a break from his girlfriend. Ms. Allen isn't having it. She claps back, insisting they were together longer. The girlfriend? Oh, she's rolling her eyes so hard you can practically hear it. Things got rocky quickly here.
So you believe this is all about the girlfriend?
Yes.
Mr. Levant, are you denying this child because you're trying to keep your relationship with your girlfriend?
No.
No. So you have a family together, you and your girlfriend?
Yes.
The backstory gets even juicier. Ms. Allen swears they've been talking since 2010, long-distance style. She insists it was a real relationship, while Mr. Levant shrugs it off as just phone calls. Judge Lake looks like she's heard this excuse 1,000 times, but you can feel the tension rising in that courtroom.
Yes, it was a one-night stand.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
You just married because I got my baby, so be quiet. You wasn't here.
So wait a minute.
You tried to break up a happy home because you knew we had 3 kids together for the longest.
When asked about meeting in person, Ms. Allen pulls out the receipts. Literally. She claims they hooked up during her 2015 vacation, and she's got a calendar to prove it. Oh yes, folks, she brought props. Judge Lake leans in as Ms. Allen points to December 27th like it's her smoking gun.
Okay.
So wait a minute. I want to understand the nature of this relationship,
It was
Ms.
a
Allen.
long-distance relationship.
They own talk over the
It
phone,
was a
Your
long-distance
Honor.
relationship.
So it was a long-distance relationship. You lived in one state, he lived in another?
Yes.
Mr. Levant isn't impressed. He flat out denies the timeline and says Ms. Allen was also seeing another man, Mr. Mitchell. And here's the kicker. He says it happened right around the same time. The audience gasps. And honestly, so did I. Talk about messy.
So this is a calendar you
Yes,
brought.
that we.
So on this calendar, you claim you were intimate with Mr. Levant on the 27th of December.
Yes.
Your due date
Was September the 26th.
was September 26th.
Under pressure, Ms. Allen admits she did sleep with Mr. Mitchell during that window but tries to downplay it. She insists it didn't finish. Judge Lake raises her eyebrows so high they nearly touch the ceiling. You could cut the awkwardness with a knife.
You had sex with Mr. Mitchell a day before you had
know
sex
when
with
I had
Mr.
sex with
Levant.
him. You don't know when, so you wasn't like there. So why you here?
So now I gotta ask you this. Ms. Allen, do you admit you were also intimate with Mr. Mitchell during this window?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now the girlfriend takes center stage. She says she found out about the pregnancy when Ms. Allen called her directly. Yes, you heard that right. The other woman dialed her up on the phone. Can anyone else feel the tension shooting through the roof? This isn't a love triangle, it's a demolition derby.
How did you find out your boyfriend may have gotten another woman pregnant?
He actually told me February 3rd
Yeah, 2
when
months
she was 3
after.
months pregnant.
I was 2 months.
What did he
Finally
say?
admitted
I
it
was
to
2
me.
months.
Ms. Allen breaks down, saying she grew up without a father and refuses to let her daughter face the same pain. You can see her heartbreak. It's raw, it's real. But then, bam, the girlfriend fires back, accusing Ms. Allen of trying to destroy her family. Whew, drama overload.
You just had a child in February.
Yes.
Now, if this child, Ms. Allen's child, turns out to be your boyfriend's biological child, is this relationship going to withstand
No, it's not.
this development?
No,
it
it's
won't.
not.
Judge Lake reviews text messages Ms. Allen presents, supposedly showing Mr. Levant claiming baby Layla as his. Valentine's Day texts, baby pictures, daddy loves you, the whole 9 yards. But Mr. Levant calls them fake. Fake? Seriously? This courtroom just turned into CSI Paternity Court.
Text messages between the two of you?
Yes.
Text messages?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, happy Valentine's Day, Lele.
Lele.
Lele, Daddy loves you. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Carlisha. Then you send a picture of
Layla.
Layla.
Daughter.
Time to bring in the second man, Mr. Mitchell himself. He takes the stand cool as ice and admits they did have a sexual relationship. But when asked if he thinks Layla is his daughter, he flatly says no. His deadpan delivery could freeze a fire. The tension, unmatched.
Mr. Mitchell, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're in court today talking about the paternity of beautiful baby Layla. I would like to know first and foremost, did you have a sexual relationship with her mother, Ms. Allen?
Yes, ma'am.
You did.
Judge Lake goes straight for the jugular. If Mr. Levant is the father, will his girlfriend stay? She shakes her head. Nope, she's done. Done. Can you imagine the stakes here? 3 kids at home and the whole relationship on the chopping block. Cue the drum roll.
Ms. Lanier, after you've heard this testimony, has any of it changed how you feel about this? Do you still believe that Ms. Allen is lying and your boyfriend is not her child's father?
Yes, Your Honor.
And here it is, the moment of truth. Judge Lake reads the results. Mr. Mitchell, you are not the father. Gasps ripple across the room. Then, Mr. Levant, you are not the father either. Ms. Allen looks stunned. Mr. Levant's girlfriend sighs in relief. And Judge Lake delivers some hard truth. There's still another man out there. Talk about an ending no one saw coming.
Mr. Mitchell, you are not the father. In the case of Allen versus Levant Mitchell, Mr. Levant, you are not the father.
Yes!
From the very first second, this episode screams drama. Ms. Herman takes the stand, claiming Mr. Houston lived a double life, wooing her while secretly married with 5 kids at home. She says he's denying her 2-year-old son Corey only to dodge responsibility. Mr. Houston, though, is calm as ever, insisting he's not the father. Already, we can see this isn't going to be your average paternity case. It's a soap opera in real time.
Ms. Herman, you are here to prove that Mr. Houston is the biological father of your 2-year-old son, Corey. You contend the defendant duped you and was living a double life. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Herman dives right in with details, calling him a liar, a cheater, and a womanizer. She recounts how her woman's intuition led her to investigate on Facebook, where she found photos of him with a wedding band. Cue the audience gasp, and just when you think it couldn't get juicier, she produces the receipts, literally showing proof of his marriage. The tension in the courtroom is palpable. Judge Lake leans in, ready for answers.
During the time after we had sex, not too long after I found out he had a wife and children.
Really?
Yes.
Mr. Houston, ever the smooth talker, responds with what can only be described as Shakespearean nonsense. He says, "I'm a man first," dodging the fact that he never disclosed his marriage. Judge Lake isn't impressed. She pushes him harder. "How could you hide a whole wife and family?" His answer? Basically, that wasn't her business. I mean, sir, the audacity is unmatched. You could cut the side eye from the audience with a knife.
So you go on Facebook and you see this picture of Mr. Houston and he has a wedding ring on his hand. And so you see the wedding band, and then what do you do?
And then I call him immediately.
Ms. Herman doesn't stop there. She describes how he charmed her at the club, buying patron shots and flashing his fancy truck. At the time, she thought he had it going on. Turns out, he had a whole family going on. And when Judge Lake asks how the night ended, Ms. Herman admits they hooked up immediately, after a thorough search of his place to make sure no other woman lived there. Spoiler, it wasn't even his house.
I was more curious about getting to know who she was.
So your marriage and your kids and your wife were all extra things?
No, it wasn't extra at all. It was just something that, you know, I didn't communicate with her.
The story unravels as Mr. Houston explains that the house wasn't his. It was a friend's bachelor pad. Ms. Herman feels betrayed, but he shrugs it off, insisting she was used to this scene. The back and forth is heated, with Ms. Herman cutting him off, yelling that when his eyebrow twitches, it means he's lying. The courtroom bursts into laughter, but Judge Lake has had enough of the games. This is reality TV gold.
I want to make sure, I want to be sure. And when I went through all that stuff, there was no sign of no women or no children in that home.
So which house was this, Mr. Houston?
See, the thing is this, I had a homie that just got married. You know, we were celebrating his marriage, you know.
When Ms. Herman reveals she got pregnant soon after, she says Mr. Houston promised to be there, but that didn't last. 2 doctor's appointments in, he vanished. Then comes the bombshell. The night he learned she was pregnant, he had snuck out of his own house at 2 a.m. while his wife and kids were sleeping to meet her. Folks, this isn't just messy, it's reckless on another level. Judge Lake's face says it all.
So it was his home because now he had a new home with his wife.
Exactly.
So this was like his bachelor
It's like a
pad.
bachelor pad, you know?
So how long does this relationship go on?
About a month and a half.
Enter Ms. Houston, the wife. She joins in via video call, and the drama triples instantly. She explains how she discovered the affair through a text message saying, "When I have the baby, I want to move in with you." She confronts him. He denies. She calls Ms. Herman, and boom. Both women realize they're pregnant at the same time. This isn't paternity court anymore. It's a full-blown telenovela.
Hello, Miss Houston.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us today. If you've heard the testimony thus far, you hear that Ms. Herman and your now ex-husband were in a relationship, unfortunately, during your marriage.
Judge Lake presses Mr. Houston about whether his wife knew he was sneaking out at night. He admits she didn't. Ms. Houston rolls her eyes so hard you'd think they might get stuck. She says he was never honest, never trustworthy, and that she gave him plenty of chances to come clean. Meanwhile, Mr. Houston rambles about being in the business of making babies. Judge Lake nearly loses it. Did this man really just say that?
You're pregnant. I'm pregnant too. So how does that work? Like, you know.
I thought you said the marriage wasn't what you all both expected,
See,
and
thing
you
is
all
this.
were on your way to getting a divorce.
See, I'm in the business of making babies, you know. I have every
The excuses get worse. Ms. Herman recalls he told her he was allergic to latex, so they didn't use protection. Judge Lake isn't buying it. If you're allergic to latex, maybe you shouldn't be having sex. The audience bursts out laughing, and honestly, so did I. Ms. Herman is quick to clap back, reminding everyone he chose not to bring alternatives. It's chaos, folks. Pure chaos.
I met her at the club. I took her home that night. I had no intentions on getting her pregnant.
But you
I
did
used
not
the condom.
use protection,
I
did
did
you?
use condom. I didn't know this woman from
He's
Timbuktu.
lying.
I didn't know her
He
from
did not
Timbuktu.
use protection.
Young gun, I didn't know.
Ms. Houston doubles down, saying she had no clue what was going on. She even admits she was pregnant at the same time. Imagine being pregnant at home while your husband sneaks out to impregnate someone else. The heartbreak is written all over her face, and honestly, my jaw is still on the floor. Judge Lake reminds Mr. Houston that fatherhood is about responsibility, not excuses.
It wasn't that. It's like eating chicken every day. I wanted something else. It had nothing to do with my wife.
Can you please know when to stop when you're ahead?
When asked about Corey, Ms. Herman says she's raised him alone for nearly 3 years. Mr. Houston brags about buying shoes and a car seat, but Ms. Herman claps back that he dropped off 1 pack of diapers and vanished. The courtroom laughs, but Judge Lake is stone serious. This isn't comedy, it's a child's life. You can feel the sting in her voice as she shuts down his nonsense.
Because I knew you didn't have the proper words to explain what you were feeling. But you're not gonna sit up in this courtroom and talk about women, beautiful women, are equivalent to some chicken.
Well, that's not what
No,
I'm saying.
you're not gonna do that.
Finally, we reach the climax. Judge Lake pulls out the DNA results. Everyone leans in. Ms. Herman, desperate for validation. Mr. Houston, confident he's not the dad. Ms. Houston, praying she's free from this circus. The results are read, Mr. Houston, you are not the father. The courtroom explodes. Ms. Herman cheers, saying she never has to deal with him again. Mr. Houston smirks, and Judge Lake delivers one last reality check about responsibility.
Mr. Houston, you are not the father.
Yes. Thank you, Jesus. I ain't gotta talk to this man not no more.